When someone does music for a long time, sometimes the simplest of things can give someone inspiration. Or it could just be fun to challenge yourself in an interesting way. Right after the birth of his daughter Mary, while staying in the hospital with his wife Linda, Paul noticed an interesting painting by Picasso on the wall. This painting depicts an old man sitting on the floor, and all he's doing is playing a guitar. The most interesting thing to note, though, is he's playing a strange chord. He's only using his two fingers to play it.
I noticed you just had two fingers here. You get that chord there, guys? Just two fingers there. And so I thought, well, I'll try and see, what the chord is, and if it sounds any good. So, ooh, that's nice, So then I used that as the inspiration, and tried to write a song that only used two fingers. So play a bit of that.
Please.
It goes,
As you can see from this interview, Paul McCartney saw this as kind of a challenge, or it was a good place of inspiration. And that's how the two-finger song came to be. Paul was pretty successful in getting the song to work with just his two fingers. And during the time he was working on his album Ram, this song was also coming together. However, the song didn't make the cut for the album. And then it disappeared like a lot of songs that don't make it to full albums do. This two-finger song was being worked on in 1970, and it remained unreleased and unheard of for 48 years, when it was added to a bonus track on the re-release of an album called Wildlife. It was on this album When the Wind is Blowing was heard. When the Wind is Blowing was hinted at before in interviews, just like in the clip that I just showed. However, the full song was never really available for everyone. One thing though, is one person in particular had the chance to hear this song. This person was Kanye West. One day while in the studio with Kanye, Paul played him the song, and at the time it didn't really seem like it mattered, and it was kind of brushed to the side, and then they continued working on their collaboration together. But then, a few weeks later, Paul was sent an interesting backing track. The melody for When the Wind is Blowing was modernized, and the song that this was used for was All Day. When the Wind is Blowing was sampled for this song. The most interesting thing is that All Day came out 4 years before the re-release of Wildlife. When the Wind is Blowing was kind of sampled for a song and nobody really noticed at first. It's really interesting seeing how a song from the 70s stuck with Paul long enough he could still remember it to show to other people. It was an interesting challenge that he did of only using two fingers. It's pretty mind-blowing actually. Whenever we're able to hear songs that have been lost for a long time, it's always a great experience. The story on top of the lost factor of the song make it a bit more interesting. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.